So in this video tutorial, we will be discussing about custom variable creation for enabling this custom variable creation, how we will be using the custom triggers. Okay. So before dig deeper about custom variables, so what is the need of custom variable? We will see with one scenario. So why we need to create custom variables? Let's say this is my website, right? So I am in my home page. Let's say in my home page I have many different courses are there, right? I have course 1, course 2. Now let the user is viewing one of the course, right? Now the user is viewing a particular course. Now in this scenario, if you want to store the information of this particular course which is viewed by the user, okay, so course information like course id, course name, course category, right? So these are the information about this particular course. If you want to store this information in your Google Analytics, okay, so you need to create a custom variable. Okay, so we have familiar about the default variables, that is built-in variables. So built-in variables are fetched directly from the website and then the informations are stored. See, for example, page URL. So page URL is a default or built-in variable. We are not customizing that. Instead, we are using the page URL name alone and then we are storing the URL into that variable, right? So here in this scenario, the item id, item name, so these variables and all user defined variable, right? So user can give any of the value for these variables. Okay, it is up to the user. So now how we will add this value to a website, right? So for doing this, first what we need to do, we need to add this variable to the website, first thing. The next part is, once the variable is added to the website, right, so it will be available in your website. Now we need to create a custom variable or configure a variable to fetch the variable which is available in the website. Then the next part is, whatever the variable is fetched, that need to be stored in Google Analytics. So this is a flow that we are going to do, right? The first part is adding the variable to the website. So how we will add? So for adding the variable to a website, there is a syntax, right? So here we will be adding the variable to the data layer, right? So data layer is a part where we can add our user defined variables into the website. Okay, so in a website we are adding some custom variables in data layer. For adding the variable in data layer, this is a syntax: windows.data layer is equal to windows.data layer data layer dot push. Okay, so here this is the function, right? This is a function, data layer dot push. This is a function that we are going to use. In this function, inside this function here in the parameter, we are going to use event name, right? So event is the keyword here and then we need to specify the event name. Inside this you can create different classes of events, right? So here for this event I am creating event parameter value. So here only we are creating the custom define variables. So he will be defining the variable name and then the value which is associated. See, for example, item ID is the parameter name. So 001 is the value, right? So we will see one example of it. So here you can see data layer dot push event. So here my event name is view item, right? View item. So here the class name which I have used is e-commerce. So here you can see item name. So item name, here this is a value. Item ID value. Item category value, right? So we will be this, for this variable, this value will be added in the data layer, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to add this to our HTML code, right? So now whichever the page you are having, see now this is the page I am having this uh, course details. So in this page we need to add that particular script, right? So here you can see this is my HTML code of that particular page. Okay, so here I am adding that code as a script. See here, so this is a script, I am adding that as a script part. See, here you need to be careful, right? So here you can see data layer dot push open brace. This is a function opening. Inside the function opening only we are giving all these things. Okay, event name, e-commerce is the class, and then event parameter is item name, value, item id, value, currency, and then these things. Okay, so now I have added this. So once you have added this code, okay, once you have added this code, what we need to do, we need to do commit changes. Okay, and then we need to see whether it is updated or not. So now we have added the script to the HTML code. Once you have added the code, make sure that that is accessible by the Google Tag Manager. Now come to Google Tag Manager and then give preview, right? So now I am connecting my website. So my home page has been loaded here, right? So now I am going to any one of the course. So now I am clicking this course page. Okay, so now my course one page has been loaded. So once the course one page has been loaded, here itself you can see view item. Can you remember, this view item is the event name we have given in the code. See here, view item. Yeah, see here, view item is the event name we have given here. So we have not yet created a tag, we have not yet created a trigger, just we have added the value, we have pushed the data in the data layer from the HTML code only. So once you did this, it can be fetched by the Google Tag Manager, which is whenever the page is loaded, see here it has been available, and then here you can see the data layer, whatever you have added, it will be available here. See here, e-commerce class, item name, under item name you can see the value, again item ID 1, currency type, and then value. So these are all now available in data layer. Okay, so once it is available in data layer, now what we need to do, whatever available in data layer, that one we need to fetch and then we need to send to Google Analytics. Okay, so for that what we are going to do, we are going to create the tag and trigger. Inside the tag and trigger we will be configuring the variable. Okay, how right, let me open my Google Tag Manager. Yeah. So here in the Google Tag Manager, I'm going to create a new tag, right? New tag and trigger. So inside the new tag and trigger, I'm going to configure it, right? So now see here, the values that we are added into the website, right? See here, this is the event we have created. See, this is a custom event, right? This is a custom event. Okay, we have created this custom event, right? Custom event. Now, this custom event is there in the page. Whenever the page loads, this custom event it will be there. Okay. Now, what we are going to do? We are going to create a new tag. Okay, so now here in the tag configuration event, and then here in the tag configuration you can give the manual ID or else you can choose the predefined page. Here in the event name, see, whenever you are giving this event name you need to give the exact name whatever you have added in the code, right? So let's say in our case I have, this is the exact name I have added in the HTML code of that particular page. So you need to give same as the event name you have given there. Okay, now so after that we will configure the event parameters. First we will create a event and then let us try whether it is triggering or not. So once it is triggering successfully, then we will come and configure the event parameters. Okay, so now I have created a event, then trigger. Okay, now trigger we are going to choose a new trigger. So click plus, right? Again here trigger configuration, So here in this, we need to choose custom event trigger, right? Custom event trigger. Click on custom event trigger. So here the event name. So here is also you need to give the exact name whatever you have given in the code. So which means that whenever this event is encountered, then it will be triggered. Okay. So the event name, whenever you are giving, you should give the exact name. So as of now, I am going for all events with this name. Okay. If you want to customize it for some events with this name, you can customize it. Okay. Now I am choosing all events. Save it. So here the tag name is custom event demo trigger. Okay. So here also custom, or else I will give the tag name as item view with custom trigger. So now this is the tag name I have given. Okay. So now I am giving preview. So let us check whether the event has been working here or not, right? So now I am loading the course page. So now course page has been loaded. So here in the tag assistant, right? Tag assistant. Here you can see the here you can see the triggers. See here the tag has been fired. Item view custom trigger. See here it has been fired. Okay. So it has been fired. If you click this, here you can see it has been fired. So now we have created a custom event. Okay. That custom event we have triggered with the help of custom trigger. Okay. Now what we are going to do, whenever this event has been triggered, these item variable, that is this parameters value should be collected. Okay, this parameter value should be collected. To collect this, what we need to do, so let me edit the same. Now I am editing the same tag, okay, which we have created just now. Okay, I'm editing it, right? So here we need to configure in event parameters, right? So which is the very important part, right? So now we are going to create a event parameters. Now I am creating new row. Okay, now which are the event parameters we are going to create? Item name, right? So item name is one of the event parameter which we are going to create. This is a parameter name for this value. So this value, from where we need to fetch? We need to fetch the value which is stored in this name. Okay, so for that we need to configure a variable. Okay, we need to configure a variable, custom variable. So for that, click plus. Previously we have used this built-in variables. Now we are going to create a new variable, right? So I repeat. So here you give plus, then it will be asking you to choose the variable. Instead of choosing the built-in variable, now click on plus. It will be giving the access for variable configuration. Again click on variable configuration. Here these are the different types of variable that you can configure. Okay, HTTP referrer variable type, URL type, first party cookies, right? Custom JavaScript. In this, now we have added the variable in the data layer. So we are going to create a data layer variable to fetch the value. Okay, you have remember in the HTML code we have added a script, right? Data layer dot push. So that is available in data layer. So we are going to create a data layer variable, right? Here the variable name, right? While you are giving the variable name, you should be careful. See here, this is a code which we have uploaded in the HTML. Now while giving the name, you need to give the exact name. See here, it is inside the class called e-commerce. So while you are giving the name, what you need to do, you need to give e-commerce dot item name. Okay, so e-commerce dot item name. Okay, so if you are going to configure for item id, again e-commerce dot item id. Okay, so e-commerce dot item name. Now I have configure the variable name. So here if you are using some other class name, you need to give that particular class name. Okay, so now save this. So here I am giving the name of the variable. So here item name of e-commerce class, of e-commerce class. Okay, now I have, see, item name, the variable has been configured. Okay, again for the next one, next value, what it is, item ID. Let's say item ID. Here the name, whatever you want, you can give the name. Again here the variable configuration. So plus, click on again variable, new variable configuration plus, again here configure. Okay, so here we need to choose data layer variable. So here the name, so here what name we need to give, e-commerce dot item id. Okay, so here you need to give e-commerce dot item id. Then I'm saving the variable. Now just give save name. Okay, save. See here, now for this event, these are the two event parameters which I am going to collect. Okay, whenever this event is triggering, this values it will be collected. Right now I am giving save. Okay, now it has been saved. Now just we will preview it. Let me close the previously opened tab and then opening. So now I am previewing it. Now I am opening the course page. See, here you can see my tag has been triggered. Okay, so now if I click this, here you can see the, if you want to see the value which has been stored there, so when it has been triggered, so if you click this, see here you can see the values which has been associated with this. See here, item name, we have configured item name as, and then the value. See here the value is undefined, which means that it is not fetching, there is some error. Whereas see here item id, it is fetching the value, right, it is fetching the value. So here for the item name there is some error, we will figure out it. Right now see here in the web page I have loaded the course 1, right? Now, if I am loading the course 2, right? If I am loading course 2, okay, see here the course 2 page has been loaded. Again, the event has been fired here. If you click on this, right? If you click on this, you can see the fired tag. See here, that particular item it will be added here. Okay, that particular item it will be added over there. Okay, so likewise you can configure any number of event parameters. Okay, event parameters and then the variable. So here the main part is variable configuration. First we need to add, right, first we need to add that. Okay, first we need to add that and then we need to next thing we need to um, configure the variable. So now we will see here in the code what I have given. See here, yeah, item name. So here item name, e-commerce dot item name. Whereas here the configuration what I have given, let me open this item name. So which is the data layer. Let me edit the variable. So here you can see variable. So here you can see whichever the variable that you have created. So these are all the built-in variables that we have used. Again down if you come here you can see these are all the user defined variables which I have created, right, which I have created. Here it will come data layer variable, which is the we have created now, last edited data layer variable. Now we have created which variable, this is the one, e-commerce dot item name. Open it. I'm opening that one, and then I'm editing it. See here, e-commerce dot item name. See there, I have given e-com item underscore name. See here, this is the code. The name is item underscore name. So e-commerce dot item underscore name. So that is the reason why it is not updated, right? So now I have edited this. Now I am saving this. Okay. So now let us preview it. Connecting. Now I am loading course page 1. So now my course page 1 has been loaded. So choosing view item and then CD tag has been fired. See here, the item name has been updated and then item ID is 1, right? So again, let me load the second course page. Go to home page and then loading the next course. Let's say I'm loading this course. Okay, if I'm loading this course, if I'm loading this course, okay, now here you can, we will see the tag fired, and then here see the values which has been updated there. So this is for one course. Again, the for the next course, the next value will be updated. So now we have created one tag, one time configuration. Whenever the different pages are loaded, the different values it will be updated. Likewise, you can configure the variable.